Hello everyone and welcome to the Arsenal chapter. My name is Abu Carlson. Victor Osimhen or Victor OSIMHEN could be making that move to the club Arsenal. Great news as he's gone on and given the club Arsenal green lights about signing him. This must be good information, good news to all Arsenal fans. So let's get the party started. We're getting news, we're getting information from the Mirror saying that Victor Osimhen and his potential move to the club Arsenal is definitely one that is happening very soon. Let's see exactly what we've got for you. But before we even go any further, we're going to be talking about Victor Osimhen and Benjamin Sesko. But for now, plus Victor GYOKERES, yeah. But for now, let's talk about Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is a Nigerian superstar, Nigerian football player, has been making rounds for some time, really, about his potential move to the club Arsenal. But it's been a bit of competition for the football player between Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea wanted to sign Victor Osimhen, but they have failed with that amount of money that is needed, £110 million. The question is Chelsea able to spend 110 million pounds? That means they should have to first sell a couple of football players, then buy one of them, one they want. But I think it could be an expensive option for Chelsea. But again, looking at it in a different dimension, yeah, I think the player is not very interested, and the player is not interested in signing for Chelsea, because Chelsea have got a new manager. A lot is going on. They didn't perform well in the Premier League, and when you look at where Arsenal finished in the Premier League second, just 2 points below Manchester City, Arsenal almost took the Premier League title. I mean, which football player would not like to join a club like Arsenal under the management of Mikel Arteta? So I think it would be a bit tricky for Mikel Arteta not to sign the football player if he's willing, because the football player is willing and he's gone on and said, please Arsenal, come and sign me. As simple as that. And Arsenal need a striker, and the football player, Arsenal need a striker, and remember they've been looking at Alexander Isak. Arsenal have been looking at Alexander Isak, but he's proved to be an expensive option. Though he's a good football player, but put into comparison the amount of money that's been asked, from rising from 120 million pounds to more than that, definitely proves an expensive option. And also Newcastle United look like they do not want to sell the football player, and that's why we now can see that the football player Victor Osimhen could be heading to the club Arsenal, as Chelsea have been have now been a bit behind, and Arsenal are the favourites in this transfer. Again, now talking about the one and only the late Benjamin Sesko. Definitely there is a release clause on him, and Arsenal are monitoring the situation for Benjamin Sesko to make that big move to Arsenal, and everybody is waiting about what will definitely happen. But the question is, between the two football players, between Benjamin Sesko and Victor Osimhen, whom would you go for? And now there is a third football player we're talking about, Victor GYOKERES. Victor GYOKERES, who is also a very wonderful one, who's been playing for Sporting Lisbon, isn't it? And at this time, he's been playing for Sporting, and he's looking at moving away from Sporting, and he is available for the club Arsenal to sign. So the question now is, amongst the three football players that I've talked about, Victor Osimhen, Victor GYOKERES, Benjamin Sesko, whom should Arsenal go and sign? If Arsenal have to sign on one football player, who should it be? Whom would you go with? I personally, I would go with Victor who? GYOKERES or Osimhen? I think I would go with Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is proved that he can compete against big clubs, whereas Victor GYOKERES and Benjamin Sesko, they're good forwards, yeah, but the thing is, They've not got that big experience. Remember this, we're talking about a player who's 25 years old and he's scored a couple of goals, very many goals. We're talking about Victor OSIMHEN. So I think Victor OSIMHEN is the biggest football player, biggest option that Arsenal can definitely go for. That would definitely be quite good for Arsenal. I think it would be a brilliant move for Arsenal to sign the player, and if Arsenal really go on and sign Victor OSIMHEN, that will be a brilliant move. That will be a very good move for Arsenal. And I think also the fact that there are a couple of football players that are expected to be leaving the club. Arsenal will be very busy in this summer transfer window, with Emil Smith-Rowe being linked to Fulham. Fulham have contacted Arsenal about the potential transfer of Emil Smith-Rowe, and for a fact we know he's leaving the club. Also, Fulham is not sat. It's also seeing Edin Ketia wants also to be part of them, but Edin Ketia is more of Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace saying that they want to sign him. Also, Everton saying they want to sign him. It's not yet confirmed where the next stop of the football player will be, but for a fact we understand and we know that he's not going to be part of the squad, the Arsenal squad, come the next season. He's going to be heading into the exit of the club, an exit of out of the club. So let's wait and see where all this definitely gets. We know that Elden is already out, and now we are going to be seeing a couple of football players really, and expect a massive transfer, as Arsenal is going to be looking at competing for the Premier League title. Not even competing, Arsenal want to win, because when you see the gap, the difference between points that has always been on is definitely improved, between Manchester City and Arsenal. Now with the last one, just 2 points, and was it not for Aston Villa, Arsenal would have taken the Premier League trophy. But it is what it is, isn't it? So let's hope everything will go on quite well with you and with all Arsenal fans. And I still pose a question: if Arsenal had to sign one football player amongst the three, Victor OSIMHEN, Victor GYOKERES, and the one and only Benjamin SESKO, whom should Arsenal go on and sign? I know they're all forwards, not particularly playing the same position, but they are forwards. Talking about reinforcement in the forward section. But if Arsenal had to get one of them, whom should it be? But expect Arsenal to get maybe 2, and why not 3? Let's hope so. But if Arsenal had to go on and get one football player, whom would Arsenal go on and get? And I hope things really move on quite well for you. I hope things move quite well for you. And looking a little bit about what to expect in the summer transfer window, really. It's going to be a very busy one, isn't it? It's going to be a very busy summer transfer window, and that's what I anticipate. I think it's going to be very busy. Not even anticipation, it's already out there in the news, in the blogs. Everybody's talking about it already. Football players being linked to Arsenal. That's how busy it has already got. Anyway, let's wait and see what transpires in the next season. You can get into the comment section and let me know where you think Arsenal will finish the coming season, with all these transfers being linked. If they get on, should be a comfortable number 1 spot or number 2 spot. Do you think the Arsenal squad is where it should be, or you think they still are struggling to win a game against Manchester City? Manchester City being a top club, but it might come different the coming season, because look at what exactly is transpiring what is happening. Coming season, we've got Chelsea's on there, Chelsea's on there, but you cannot. I thought, by the way, I thought Chelsea would play well the coming season, but the fact that Chelsea parted ways with Mauricio Pochettino, and who had started putting it into he had started putting it together, making the players get together, play together, yeah, get a better squad, and they get rid of him. That was a big mistake. So they might be going into another bad season, despite the fact they've got good players. So I don't think we should count it, but it is what it is. Football is what it is. So Manchester United still lacking. So it could be between Manchester City and Arsenal again, because those are the two clubs that I'm seeing. Liverpool with also a new manager could struggle. Anyway, let's wait and see where this definitely gets us. Please subscribe and ring the notification bell. My name is Abu Kaos, and this is the Arsenal chapter.